Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Welcome back to Repo Rethink Politics, and we're back for our second half of our political review as well as controversy going on currently. So, what I want to do is segue into the attack on the squad. And
I hate that name, man.
And the squad has established himself to say, you have to listen to us. And depending on where we go for who becomes president, you will be seeing them at either the convention speaking, one of them, or somebody's going to be saying they're potentially ready for the next level. Ooh. You have these people, and it depends on who's coming in behind them as well, because there's a whole set of people that's coming in that has been ready and being prepared. So you're looking at a whole different way of governing, and that's that's why I find when I saw these four ladies stand up at that press conference, I was in awe, because that showed a change in the way government can be led.
And especially Democrats.
But they didn't sound like any of them old motherfuckers who's been there for years. They was saying things like, whoa, oh my God.
Trump is racist, period.
And they was like, nah, this is what's real. And I was kind of like, whoa, you hear this? But they was still making their points clear. Yeah. And I was like, I fucking love this.
Yeah. You know why, right? Because one, they're not the media. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and
so it's direct. Yeah,
it's direct. I am him because I am in the government. You know what I mean? I was voted in just like he was, and what I say actually matters because I'm the one that signs shit. You know, I'm the one that makes these bills.
Oh, you know what? I was voted in instead of being helped by Russia, like some people.
Yep. Right. Well, I said that.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was a good line.
They said everything else.
Wait,
on point.
Mike. To your point, it's new material.
Yeah.
It's all comedian shit. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. I mean, the new material is making you want to go back and see more. So you want more material like that. Because if you start seeing those old white man material, that Woody Allen shit and fucking whoever, Rip Taylor or whatever that shit is, this is the new material. I get no respect, I tell you. Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield. So, but it was amazing. So to kind of put some more clarity to this, over the weekend, prior to that, Pelosi got into it with the squad or the four ladies because they was tweeting against some people that they didn't like what they were doing, and she tried to play like I scolded these women for doing, and they was like, guess what? Fuck you, girl. You don't tell me what to do. I was voted in. And then she clapped back with, y'all just 4 votes. She said, nah, we more than just fucking 4 votes. We're going to show you. So they went back and forth, and then it made Pelosi look like, oh shit, what am I doing? Because life is moving on, and the conditions that Trump has made is making the government different. We can't go back now. We can't go back.
Yeah, that's why I think, we've been saying it for a minute. Like, Pelosi's doing the old school way, where it's just, it's stay in line, right? Just, don't do anything that'll fuck you up, kind of thing.
Like you can't be from the fucking mob trying to do mob rules, and you got like crack dealers. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a new kind of criminal. It's new. Like, we don't wear suits. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing cards in the back. We selling crack in front of the building and shooting motherfuckers. Like, that's the same. That's the same.
Well, so that's what they did, right? So
that's the same level of gangster they got. It's like, look, here's what it is. We hold down the block. Fuck what you heard.
Right.
Well, so I wonder if this is a transformation because so Obama was a new kind of president where it was first of all, he's black, you know what I mean, and then he had a different kind of swag, a different kind of like like cadence, everything. You know, it was just a totally different, you know, feel of the presidency. But we never really felt that in Congress.
Right.
It's never really been something where
that's true.
That air. Well, it's easy to have one generational person versus many. Like, I mean, LeBron James is so spectacular because how many other players can reproduce that same Kobe? It's like that's one out of every. You know what I'm saying? So for 1,000 motherfuckers in Congress, how many special? So unless you ride a wave, unless there's a movement, you're just not likely going to. You know what I'm saying?
But they came in at that wave, and think about how many young type of politician came in all at once, and these women of color came in from different. You got a black woman, you got a Hispanic woman, you got an Indian woman, and you got a Somalian woman, and they all like, yo, we think the same. Yeah. And fuck the bullshit. Let's push this. And they're in that generation that says we're not fucking listening to this. They told us to come here and get these old motherfuckers out because I think in their mind that's what their job really is to get them out.
Exactly.
That's their job.
Motherfuckers out.
Yeah. They're literally what Trump is trying to get rid of.
Yep.
Like they represent like everything from the Muslim part of it, the black part of it, the Hispanic part of it. Yep. They are literally all the urban part of it. They're exactly
what he hates.
Trump wants to get out.
Yep.
Exactly. Like that's so they have to speak out, and that's what they're doing. That's why they were voted in. So when you have people like Pelosi that are like, you need to stand back. You know what I mean? They're like, what the fuck? You're the problem right now. You know what I mean?
Because you're standing back. Yeah.
You're the problem.
We need to speak up. We need more people like me. Please sit the fuck down.
We gotta. So, you're just gonna let them shoot your cousin in front of your face? You ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah,
you're like a little bitch right now. Yo, shout out to Lawrence State.
So if you're looking at this whole issue, it started, and Trump tried to take advantage of the discourse. But what he failed to realize is these women are smarter than that. They saw what he was doing and said, "Look, don't fall for this shit. This is all about distracting you from from all the migrants, that's the immigrants or migrants, whichever one, that are down there not being cleaned.
Man, that shit is tough.
You know, just molesting the children, all types of shit going on, and he didn't have an answer for it. And he saw an opening, and now this is on the news for the last, I think, 4 to 5 days.
Isn't it wasn't that what they said? They said something like he's not smart enough to respond to his policies. So his only, because he's incapable to talk about the inhumane situation at the border with these kids. He's unable to talk about these policies. So the only way he knows how to respond is to come at us.
Yep.
Is to attack. So, so we're going to go right back we're going to go right back and switch the topic to what needs to be talked about. And she was straight up. They start talking about the actual policies. We need to fix these concentration camps that this terrible president has put together. So, you know what I mean? And that's what's going on.
Let me go back to you guys' earlier point about with Obama, it was new. We never had this kind of thing before, but we never had that in Congress. How could Democrats, or do you think Democrats will reward that behavior and say, we want more of that? Be like these congressional candidates, or, we're not, be gone.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? We're going to only donate to these kind of people.
If you want to accept Twitter or social media as what the country believes in, or
we know that.
We're not doing that.
Twitter is not the end all be all per se, but maybe. I mean,
I think it's underrated, bro.
There's going to be a higher reflection of Democrats for sure, because I think more Democrats are using
savvy,
tech savvy than on the other side. But I mean, to your point, I mean, shit. Let's assume that in that case, then I think. So I guess to that point, the next midterm would be in 2022, right?
Yeah, with the
after 2 years after the election, right?
No. During the election, that's that's when it's going to kick in. That's why that guy is running in North Carolina against what's that crazy gay dude that's keeps taking up for Trump, the Republican guy. What the fuck is his name?
The crazy dude.
Yeah, he's the
Which
one who.
one?
Yeah, I know, man. I'm
Too
sorry.
many.
So McConnell, they trying to get somebody to run against McConnell in Tennessee, but
it's a woman.
yeah, and she's like a major or some kind of
she's not gay though.
from the military. She's not gay.
Nah, she's got kids.
She's military.
She's like she's.
So?
Well, she's not gay. She's married. No, she's.
So?
She's.
I guess.
Mike, you seen some shit in the military?
Yeah,
You seen some crazy shit?
Yeah, I have.
I mean, I know what you're saying though, because I saw her and I was like,
she was on Rachel. Yeah, she was on Rachel,
work.
and she was on Chris.
I want to be your president.
Whoa. She a Democrat, right?
Whoa.
He's like, wait.
Playing soccer up in this bitch. What's up?
Shout out to the world's women.
The fucking
to
world
the US,
champions.
Man, on that note, like damn.
But no, so I think you're right. I think people are saying, I want some people to stand up for us, because the newer Democrats that's in there are saying what my constituents are saying and what my people in my district are saying, as opposed to the older ones are saying, well, we got to partner with the GOP, with the Republicans, and they trying to do this circle jerk thing where the new people's like, nah, they told me to come here to stop that bullshit and just push through the stuff to make sure our life is right. Now, those people that's already in there either need to conform or they're going to get voted out.
Yeah.
And that's how they got these older people who thought they was going to win, got voted out. So I think it's going to continue, and it can be another wave of women again, because they associate to, are you going to take care of my family? No, these men aren't doing that. And especially, back to your point, E, these old white men, when you see them, now you look at them like, I don't believe you anymore.
Yep.
I don't believe you. You've been fucking us over for the longest. No, I don't believe you. I believe that woman right there.
Yeah. I think I promise you, dog. There's just like this little movement right now that it's just because I see it with, I talk to even some white women that they're just like, man, these fucking white men. It's like it's become a saying now. It's just
these fucking white men.
Like, he's just a white dude. He's just a white man.
WM. Yep.
Was they feeling that way before the abortion and all that shit? All the these abortion laws and whatever?
Yeah, was it before that or was
it's pretty much when the Me Too stuff started like popping up, and then you got the Trump stuff popping up. You got it. So what? Like 2016? I mean,
16.
This is fresh. You know what I mean? It's just this is like people all of a sudden are now talking about it. It's shit that we've already known. For whatever many years we've been alive, but it's almost like white people are now realizing, like,
it's the white men.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a trend. I mean, how many stories are we hearing now about these fucking millionaires, the billionaires, with sex trafficking and
that crazy motherfucker right now. What's his name?
Epstein.
Oh my God, he had a Saudi passport under another name with diamonds in his safe and a shitload of money. And he said he wasn't going to go nowhere. Are you fucking kidding me?
And then he's got connections in the DOJ, which is like all these people do, and it's and then it connects with the police, because there's always the white cop, the white man cop that just fucking up and loose with the guns, and it's just, bro, it's the president that's just
says what the fuck he want, and
it's all connected, man. It's just this. So people are looking at like another white man that's a Democrat. It's almost like, you got to be on a different level if you're gonna be white dude. It's almost like you just need to speak Spanish the whole time or something.
Yep.
Because
or at least be gay.
I would say that. I think it's reversed. Now you got to be Obama-esque on the other side. You just can't be regular. You got to be like, I never seen a white guy like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be like the a white man.
That's why Buttigieg, whatever.
That's why he's trending. You know what I mean?
Because he's like military, gay, speaks other languages,
and
cartwheels.
a Rhodes Scholar. You said Hot Wheels. The fuck?
He does cartwheels or something.
Oh, cartwheels.
Yeah.
He does cartwheels.
Yeah, he swings through the buildings like Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you was trying to say he swings both ways.
No, I'm just saying.
I thought you just was doing cartwheel.
No, yeah, he does he flies rocket ships.
Hyperbole and shit, right?
Why you do that?
Nah, he flies rocket ships. He fights people in the street.
Yeah, he does it all.
He saves children.
The only thing he doesn't do is talk to black people.
Oh, set you up. Assist.
He don't know nothing about no policing. None of that.
None at all. None of that.
They called him out too, by the way, on that debate stage. He was just like, "Yo, why don't you just fire your police chief?"
He said,
like,
"You can't do that."
Yeah,
and he was like,
he didn't say anything.
Do that.
He was just, but
no, but the first thing
he didn't know how to respond to it. He was just like, "I'm just going to keep talking because I don't hear that." It's like, bro, we think you should. Like,
I think you just get rid of him. But he couldn't get rid of him because he got rid of the first black police chief when shit went down. So now if he does that, it's kind of like, do you know what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Make it right. And then once you make it right, if the guy ain't doing his job, then you get rid of him. But right now, you ain't made it right with the black people yet.
The one problem with the whole police brutality and the policing in general is when shit goes down, right? And we're all pissed because they killed another black man. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? These people that are in charge, these leaders, and they go behind a mic, they just, I know I keep using this word, but they just seem like robots. It's like nobody has any emotion. Like, can we get some outrage? Like, what the fuck it just happened? Yep. I don't know what's going on, but somebody's getting fired. You know what I mean? Like, nothing.
Especially when it's local. Yeah. Because I do feel when you're when that's at a national level, like, you can't comment on every police shooting because it's just, I think the mayor is a good place to start. You know what I mean? That's like a perfect place versus, when you're a governor or a state senator. Like, on that level, sometimes you're traveling or you're doing this, some of that. You're local enough to where if it's a mayor, how many miles are you away from? Like, it's so localized. You're not like talking about a country. You should. And I'm actually looking at this shit where this is as the May 31st, 2019, a deputy, who was in uniform, he was in the IRS. You saw this? IRS building?
No. Oh, yeah.
The security guard just pulled a gun on him. And it's like, what are you doing? And it's like, bro, he's a deputy. He's like an older dude, too. Wow. And it was just like, if you got like a rent-a-cop acting like that, a little rent-a-cop security guard, just imagine
top flight.
The people who making policy and on down. So
and the IRS, too. There was the IRS, and then they didn't say shit. No comment.
Of course
in Ohio, battleground state. So what they tell you? But
they need to come out and be like, yo, we don't accept this kind of, like, it was a sheriff too, by the way, is what they said. So it's like you have a sheriff, a cop in your facility. It's almost like someone with the IRS should be like, like, we don't accept that kind of.
Do something about it,
Blue Lives Matter. Like, where are they at? You know what I mean? Like, you don't hear nothing about that because another
if
black cop.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? So I just mentioned that real quick, just,
But to your point, though, there's the sense of outrage should be there, at least localized. To the point of, I'll take the hit. You know what I mean? I'm a mayor. I'll take the hit. Get his ass out of here right now. I don't care.
Well, he did say that. He didn't say that part. But he did say that I messed up. I should have did this and I should have did that. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, all right, that's cool. You should have. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's all he can do, right?
Right. No, but from when he found out, he should have said, get him out of here and start the investigation right now. Get him out of here. That's it. I want him off the force. I want this investigation done. And if my chief doesn't give me what I need, then we'll have the conversation about his job. And then when he comes and goes, why you call me out like that? I say, why the fuck you let your people do that? This happened before, and I'm not going to let this go again. You got to stand up and do some shit. And if if
outrage,
blue
man.
lives is kind of like, fuck that. When these Negroes got there, they're shooting at you, I'm gonna let them shoot at you. Okay, then I need to get somebody else in charge. If you got that kind of mentality too, you serve at my my expense or whatever. That's what you do. But there's no outrage like that. It's not there.
Yeah.
And the fact that the president is saying, go back home, go back where you came from. And you're like, bitch, we all citizens. The fuck are you talking about? All you saying is make America white again, and anybody that doesn't look like us need to go anywhere other than staying here, so we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you have to separate yourself. If you're a white man running for president right now, you need to show that you're not like the rest of them. Mm-hmm. You're no longer the standard anymore. You have to. I mean, you know what? With the Democrats, we need to start by that. Like,
for the Democrats, at least start there.
Yeah. Clearly,
you could be Mike Pence and win on the Republican side.
It's just Mike Pence has done what?
Mike Pence stood across from a fence with about 100 immigrants in there saying, well, they're clean and it's not bad. And he's standing across from them with the cameras. Asaf was saying, you know what, we need to do something about this. You know what? I see that we need to give these people some support. He could be lying, but he was lying next to the cages. Uh-huh. That's the hypocrisy of the fucking Republican Party.
I'm not going to lie. Like, for me, I think the biggest news story of this year has to be the separation. Like, just, it's so tough. I couldn't imagine being a kid in that situation or a parent. Like, you're in a different country. You may not speak the language. And it's like, where's my child? Like, what country does this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But his whole intent is to do that so they won't come. Well, if I come there, they're going to take my child. But life is so bad, that's why they still coming. And he doesn't even want to respect that because he doesn't care.
Or send some aid or...
No, but he doesn't want to deal with
solution.
Them.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not who he is. He's xenophobic. So that's all he sees. It's all about us. It ain't about nobody else. And it's all about us, meaning all about us white folks. That's it. Anybody other than the white people here, he doesn't care about.
Yeah, or you need to fall in line. That's
if you fall in line, you be all right.
Yeah. Because if you listen to Trump's comments, it's and this is actually a thing I've noticed with a lot of conservatives, and maybe you guys hear it more down in Georgia. When you start criticizing America and just the issues, that you see, and you start saying how much you hate it, then all of a sudden the conversation kind of shifts to like almost like you don't like America. It's almost like
why don't you get out?
Yeah. Well, that's the extreme of it. You know what I mean? It's almost like, well, you're not American.
Where don't you go back where you belong?
And I don't understand that mindset, man. I just, that's part of. I don't know where that comes from.
White supremacy. It's a system that has always been here.
Well, let's go a little deeper, right? So because I know a few people, because it's like that in sports sometimes too. I knew somebody where I would talk shit about Virginia Tech basketball, right? I'm gonna make this short real quick. Back when we were terrible, because now anyway. So I'd be like, man, this dude fucking sucks. Look at that, dropping the ball or whatever. I'm just like, man, we just need a new coach, some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And then in that same conversation, it was this girl, white girl, Republican. I found that out later. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, why do you hate Virginia Tech? And it was just like, yo, what? That was the first time it clicked. And it was just like,
you hate Virginia Tech?
I hate Virginia Tech. Like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, now, because I went to school there, right? And I'm just like, nah, the team fucking sucks. Do you see this? You know what I mean? So maybe I'm harsh, but it's the truth. It's the truth, man.
And you know what's funny about that? It is a favorite pastime of mine to a degree. I love shitting on the schools in the Southeast because, like, in the South, we're so. I mean, the college football scene, Mike. You know how insane it is down here, and it's like
insane.
Like, people are so ingrained to their school, and I'm like, I went to school in the city, like a human being. I talk shit about it all the time. Like, hey, like fuck your school, and and it's like, here's why. And I'm like, and I wonder for those people, is it just such a big part of their identity? Like, I guess I take it for granted because I just thinking about it. Like, if I didn't live in Georgia, I would have went to another school. If I didn't, like it's an arbitrary choice that I didn't make out of passion or anything. I didn't dream about going to the school I went to, but I went there, and I'm like, I wonder how many people they just like. Again, you told the Virginia Tech, like like, do they grow up there? Is that like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
But I'm saying, but why have that passion for it? Like, why is it that deep for you?
I don't know if it's passion. I think it's the way it's a mindset. It's
a school out of many.
It's a loyalty
but they don't
thing
see it
too.
that way.
I think it's a loyalty thing. It's
let me give you my example, because see, I live down the street from Athens, and the University of Georgia is down there.
Bulldogs.
So do you really? Can you really fathom that majority of these people who didn't go to Georgia are supporters and will defend it to the end? They didn't even fucking.
It's a university.
Because
2 + 2 = 4 anywhere.
People
Fuck
like
school.
to be associated.
Fuck those Bulldogs. Fuck
they
your sports.
want to be associated to a tradition.
But here's what fucks me up about these schools, especially the sports ones with the tradition. As an African American, it's like, like you enjoy these teams and all. It's mainly the football, but how many people in the community are like you root for these people on the field who are of color, but how many people of color do you have in your life?
But it doesn't matter because they support the tradition. No, what should and what is two different things.
I get it, but that's why I trip, because it's like they're not even aware.
But you should trip. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, because I totally agree with you, because when they tell me that, and I had an argument with an old guy who was an alumni, and he was like, no, we have the best players and I support every one of them. I said, so you support the racism that goes on inside the school year after year? Well, it's not that bad. I said, what do you mean it's not that bad? It's continuous. The fact that
you're saying it exists.
Yeah.
That's like, you know what? Yeah. That's like someone from Britain being telling an Indian person, I love Indian cricket. It's like, fuck you. It's like
but the tradition is what people associate themselves to make they life.
I get it.
Value.
But it's the same thing with politics.
Yeah.
Why are you supporting this person? Just because?
Yeah.
That's like there's no logic to it.
I think
loyalty. And here's another, like, maybe I don't understand these schools, but I guess for me, I'm tripping because UGA, whatever, these fucking football schools, it's not Harvard, it's not MIT, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you? Bro.
But it's different. They have value. Different. If the school has no value in academics, they have value in scholastics.
Yeah, I can kind of speak for that because Virginia Tech's a football school, and I mean, and I was in the west coast of, I was in the reddest part of Virginia. You know what I mean? In a football
Blackstone,
school,
right?
Blacksburg.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, in the mountains. Yeah,
there you
go. And really, bro, there's traditions. There's a loyalty factor. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge football fan, man. So I get it, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Because...
But if you would have went to another school, would you just feel that passionate about that school too?
Yeah, actually, I would.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's relatively arbitrary, and there's a little bit of serendipity there of depending on where you are in life as a young person and your family. Yeah, it's like you could have just as easily been Michigan or some other shit, just based on where you lived or your family.
That's true. I do think I think it starts with loyalty, but then that's where I'm lost.
But we're all United States citizens.
That's not the way they think.
And we're defending a fucking school?
Nah, there's a uniform, man.
Then even on top of that, it's like, tell me you're from MIT and you inventing a black hole.
No.
Motherfuckers be from like,
no,
bruh, you ain't you studying coloring books and you're defending a fucking football team of black people. Fuck out my face, man.
All right.
It's like it's not even about the academics. There's nothing you're saying.
Sound like an old wound.
Let me explain. I'm gonna try to do an analogy. What I think it actually.
But you get what I'm saying, right?
I do.
You get
I know. I do. I absolutely do.
We definitely get it.
Yeah, we get it.
I'm trying to break down the other side, right? So I think it's the analogy here is like it's like think of a school that has like a uniform, right? That you have to wear your khakis, you have to wear your red polo, and you have to have your shirt tucked in.
Red polo, Target.
I mean, yes, that's who you are.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
nigga, gray.
I know, right?
Polo, it doesn't matter, right? A white polo, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's a polo.
And that's what your school wears, right? That's your colors. That's your uniform. It's like a kit. You come in and you get the kit, and then that's what the fuck you're about. You throw your flag up, and that's what you live in. That's your world.
I'd rather just game bang for real.
No, but what I'm trying to, bro, listen.
Like,
I get it. But let me just finish what I'm saying, because you're not wrong. We feel you. I'm saying this is the Fox News culture. This is Republicans. This is conservatives. This is the loyalty. This is what I think, because I don't know. I think they feel like you have to fit in line. If you don't fit that uniform, then you are the problem. That's what I think.
And just group hive mind.
Yes.
Comply. Why aren't you complying to the police? You know what I'm saying? Why are you complaining? You know what I mean? Like, you don't fit. You don't look like we do.
Spend the rest of my life listening to indie bands, drinking draft beer, talking about nothing of substance.
But it's almost every aspect of life is tribe based. You can't tell me
to a degree.
It's not. Yes, but no. But once you establish and know that psychologically, go ahead.
But you know what I'm trying to do individually. I guess
I know.
Mm-hmm. I know it's hard for me for me individual. You know, we're trying to write the scripts. Mm-hmm. Like we're literally trying to work on the show. Even before that, we're always just trying to. The fact that we're doing podcasts, some other shit, it's like I get the try piece, but individually, you're always gonna try to. Aspire to something greater and challenge yourself.
Yeah, but not. That's not what they don't think that way though.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, first of all, let's just go to the extreme. You can try as much as you want, but they don't think you should be striving to be everything. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm getting completely racist on the other end. I feel like Trump feels like you got to be a white dude to strive to do everything. Otherwise,
why are you in this class? What is he? Get him out of here!
I don't know how the fuck he got up here. Like Obama, straight up, Obama is the perfect example. How the fuck did he make it there?
He can't be here.
Birtherism. Where's your birth certificate?
He wanted everything for him not to be there.
It must be a mistake.
Yes.
It must be a glitch in the matrix.
It has to be.
Yeah, he wants the border. He wants the borders because it's like I don't know what's happened to this country. There's way too many people thinking differently, and there's too many brown people,
and they're not Americans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he thinks something's wrong. He thinks I'm saying he, but I'm really talking about all of the Republicans that think like that.
So Democrats too, though, because they have a sense of I don't have anything other than this. You got people, you got fraternities, you got sororities, you have the military. When I was in the military, fuck the Navy, fuck the Marines. It's all about the Army. When I got out of the Army, fuck the Army. I'm out of the Army. I don't care about the Army. Fuck the Army.
That's what you think, right?
Yeah, but that's me because I'm an individual. I don't have to be part of a group to be important.
Here's what fucked me up personally when I just started to think about it. I thought to myself, you know what? If I was from Minnesota, would I like the Minnesota Vikings? And I was like, you know what?
There's a black quarterback on there.
Fuck that. It's fucking Minnesota.
Wait, it's Kirk Cousins.
The only reason I would like the Minnesota Vikings if I'm from there. Otherwise, why would I be that passionate about the fucking Minnesota Vikings? For example.
I don't know if that's a good example.
No. Why would anyone be passionate about the Minnesota Vikings?
If you're okay, you're right. Because my mother-in-law is Minnesota Vikings fan.
So you got a fucking connection. If she wasn't from somewhere else, would you give a fuck?
Or you have family, or you know somebody who play on the team. And
That's
you be
what I'm
kind of like,
saying.
yeah.
You got a connection.
You got a
Otherwise,
connection. Yeah.
I mean, there's Cowboys fans, you know what I mean? Like,
there's Cowboys fans everywhere. And I'm trying to say, why the fuck you supporting the Cowboys and you from Virginia? Well, I like the Cowboys. Why?
Yeah, I'm
well,
saying
I like
it's
the Cowboys.
arbitrary.
Stop
So
that
then,
shit.
Once you start drawing these arbitrary lines, okay, let's start with schools, but your hair is a certain way. This is just, it's just. I feel like if you can, if you're starting with first, like it's a school, so if you're not that fucking smart to begin with, or not that creative or anything, shut the fuck up. Second, if it's a sports school and it's mainly black people on the team, you got no black people in your life, shut the fuck up. And three, it's like, you know how many just boring and just how many gray slacks and blue long collar shirts I see on a daily basis
Polos
who look the same, and it's just like I just can't
red
imagine.
Polo shirts.
Oh, red polo
red polos
shirts.
and khakis, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I'm an alumni of this school, and it's just
Jake from State Farm,
bro, for real. They had it on my size, like I don't sell. It's like, ugh,
Papa John's and shit.
Yeah, so it's just I just have a real hard time wrapping my head. Like, seriously, like,
you should, man, because that's the reality. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what people. It's what I think people should be, but that's our opinion. That's freedom, though. That's what freedom looks like.
I take it for granted. I really, for example, I think about Columbia in particular because if I'm in the city, if I'm in New York, Manhattan, Columbia's dope and all that shit, but I'm in New York. I'm thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? So if I do 4 years in Columbia, for example, motherfucker comes to me talking about sports. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm about to catch this. I'm about to do this. I'm about to go to this concert. I'm about to do all the shit New York has to offer. It's like, I don't give a fuck about that. Or if I go to, let's say I'm in Morehouse in Atlanta. Football team, the history is more about, it's more of a big deal than the fucking. So I just think,
they got a football team?
I'm glad you really mentioned that because it's like, people get so defensive. And it's like, and it's the why. It's like, especially when motherfuckers aren't that smart. It's like, but you wasn't doing shit in school anyway.
But you need to take that and understand why we're in the conditions we're in right now.
That's what's so interesting. So it's like
that's a great way of juxtaposing.
A great lens.
Yeah, because that's what's happening right now. You have people who said, I'm going to be on this side because this side makes me feel comfortable, whether it makes sense or not, but it makes me comfortable. And if it's comfortable to be living in Athens and supporting the University of Georgia, I'm going to do that. I can't be a Georgia Tech fan or they're going to kick me out or ostracize me. Or if I'm a Republican and I'm in a Democratic area, I'm going to get kicked out because people only see and believe in what that's part of their life. That shit is crazy. No, You're not wrong. No, we are not arguing with you. But what we saying is it's part of every aspect of life of being in a tribe. So someone's self-esteem or being part of a community makes them feel that that's them. Now I'm somebody. Now I'm part of a group. And
I get it, but I just never thought about like. Someone's identity is so that what you're saying is my identity is so veiled or so shallow.
Yes.
Like, I mean, for us, you know what I'm saying? It's just our identity is a problem. So we're guilty until we're innocent. You know what I'm saying? So we just walk around like at the end of the day, we know this can pop off. So that's just like, so I get it. If you're not really thinking about police brutality or economic issues or things like that, then yeah, maybe for you, you know what I'm saying, a college football score may matter. But for me, it's
I'm not even gonna go into Mueller shit because that's a waste of our fucking time.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
man, Mueller, bro.
I know. I had to say it because it's coming up and they're gonna speak to him, but it doesn't mean a goddamn thing if we're not moving forward.
I'm tripping. Let me not blame him. I mean, what else could he have done? I mean,
he could have went against this and saw that this country is falling apart because the person who he was investigating, he had the opportunity
I get it,
to do that. But his fucking ego and his sense of being self-righteous that I'm just gonna follow the rules. Bitch, our country is falling apart. Fuck you.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be Comey though. That's what I think. I think he didn't want to
be that
jump
too.
out there.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to stay out of it.
I think he has to report. And the issue is, I don't know how you know what? The fucked up thing about this country too. Y'all saw the Aziz Ansari thing, his new special.
Yeah, I like that.
His one of his best jokes was we all knew R.Kelly was a monster, but until they made that shit interesting, entertaining documentary, then suddenly 2019 is canceled.
But he also said, because we had this on our last podcast, he talked about Michael Jackson.
You saw how quiet it got, right?
But he said, do you separate the man from the music? Because who he is can be condemned, but his music is timeless. So can't you separate that?
Apparently, in the crowd, a lot more people.
Yeah, a lot more motherfuckers was doing that, and he was calling their ass out too, wasn't he?
It's like, man, R. Kelly, man, fuck Kells. What about Michael Jackson?
Look at y'all. He was like,
shit, I'm about to listen to Mike in the car. He's crazy though. But yeah, I think he has to testify. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you make that shit a movie, the Mueller investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you galvanize a 400-page redacted, classified document for the general public. I don't think that's the audience. The audience should be Congress.
But the Congress should just be asking, specific questions. That's it. You don't need to go to line by line. You don't even need to go page by page. All you need to go by is the points that said, would you have said he committed a crime? Obstruction, or what was the other one? There's one other thing too. That's all you need to do. And if he says yes, that's all you need. It's on record, and say no, the president was lying. The man who made the report said yes, he would have done that if the process would have allowed him to do it. But his ass took the quick way out to say, I wash my hands, it's on y'all, I don't want to be part of it. But you were part of it. We put you in there to be part of it. Fuck that. You could have done that. And then the attorney general lying on you, and then you mad at him, but didn't realize that these are the people who you've been dealing with. So to me, I'm pissed because he could have done something, like whistleblowers do, because they know it's wrong, whether it's against the law or not. He could have done that, but he chose not to do it.
Yeah,
that's how I
got nothing. Man, I'm done with that.
Yep.
Mueller report. The only thing we've learned now is the only way something would actually happen is if they did some Michael Jackson, R. Kelly level documentary on the whole report.
No, I don't even think it has to be like the Central Park 5 movie. They have to do some dramatized reenactment or some shit.
No, but then people are going to win awards, and then it's going to get clouded.
So you just want like a documentary style. Yeah. Just keep it that way.
Yeah, keep it real on that, and then you can do the movie afterward, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some Chernobyl type shit. And
they're
going to be talking about the cinematography and shit. Like, nah, that shit ain't good.
That shit ain't good. That shit was fucking terrible. That was my life that was going on in that bitch. You know what I mean? So... Anyway, I had to put that in there because I know that was going on, and we talked about the fucking sex ring with Epstein, and that is just disgusting, dog. That's just he had a whole ring of people, and I think if he goes to jail and stays in jail, he's gonna start diming on a lot of motherfuckers. I just hope he has the proof other than just his word, because there's some high-powered people that's part of that shit.
Bill Clinton, and Trump.
All right, I think there's more than that.
Oh yeah, definitely. If they're in there, then yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I bet Weinstein probably.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker Weinstein. Yeah.
And just something real quick. I'm sorry, just to backpedal to the migrant thing for the next podcast. So the Castro guy, I can't pronounce his first name.
Julian.
But yeah, that guy. He made a point about the mega churches and like if this is supposed to be a migrant crisis and it's all over TV, where are these pastors and their money to try to help them and stuff like that. So I was like, ooh,
he called out the churches.
So I want to talk about that subject.
I like that.
I know. So I want to talk about evangelicals and these migrants and the separated kids next podcast because
it's not heavy out yet. But it's a good point that he mentioned.
It's heavy, especially along the board. Like Olstein, he's in Texas.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's close enough. So I'm thinking like,
what about the big black guy? What's his name?
Which one?
The big mega church down there. T.D. Jakes. Yeah. No, Creflo's over here. T.D. Jakes is down there in Texas.
I thought he was. Oh, he moved. I thought he was in Atlanta for a while.
T.D. Jakes?
I thought so.
No. That's Creflo. He down there in College Park and shit.
College Park.
I do that. I do that every time.
College Park.
So yeah, I think that'd be a great subject because I'm really curious about because I get it. I don't know what the solution is, but lock a motherfuckers up like that, and then just the damage for kids. It's like
Yeah. So that's what you missed though, Chaz. The woman, Marianne Williamson, said, this is psychological child abuse. Anytime you take a child away from a parent, lock them up, and keep them away, they don't know what's going on. That is government-sanctioned child abuse. Motherfuckers was like, whoa! She was right, though. She was absolutely right.
And I think if you're a church, trying to spread the gospel, what more righteous cause, what more noble cause could this be to at least try to provide clothes, soap, or something?
But are they really churches? Other than by name?
That's what I'm saying. So we got to talk about their role in the election because if you're evangelical, you're like, do you look at this? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, are they probably still going to vote for Trump?
Yeah, they are.
Maybe, probably.
I think they are.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
The abortion issue, because they want to spare lives.
It's about God.
It's about God. God.
No, because what Trump does really well is he just pushes shit no matter what. Even if it's the dumbest thing, he'll keep going. So it's almost like if you want to stop abortions, if you want to stop brown people from coming in, if anything, you want to stop the internet from going in people's houses.
Just tell me what to do. I'll say
like Trump's going to do that just because, so their argument's going to be, I just know Trump's going to stop the internet from coming into these houses. He's just going to vote for that shit. You know what I mean? Even if it's the dumbest idea ever, they're just going to, that's just how it works.
Yeah. But if dumb white people are going to vote for him, he's going to take that and
stop the internet.
Yep. Stop the internet.
Turn down the internet.
Yeah.
Just keep tweeting on.
People, he going to stop black people playing that music in the fucking gas station.
So they can't,
what the fuck?
Yeah. They can't stream no more. Yeah, they be like, hip-hop, black people can't stream.
Banned.
Don't let black people stream.
No more Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Cool. All right, though. No, I appreciate you stopping by, y'all. Really good conversation. We caught up with a couple of things. But good point, though. Religion has been on the low end side of the conversation because there's just been so many extremes.
That's what I'm saying. Churches are still a huge, part of society. So I know it's going to play a role in 2020. I just don't know. I feel like it's going to be obviously more on the Republican side, but I mean, let's not underestimate on the Democratic side.
Oh yeah, the Southern Baptists. Come on now.
So black women mobilizing. A lot of them may be church in the South. Church crowd. So I think that's an interesting thing I want to think about.
Yeah.
So, and we'll see you on Repo, Rethink Politics. We'll get this out, and thanks for stopping by. Peace.